Thinking about writing a book for your business? What kind of content are you already putting together that could be turned into a book? I want to show you this particular podcast page where Karen, that's the host of the podcast, wait till you see this list. She has so many episodes here that are really good content, that are deep, that are impactful, that really explore the idea well. And we could take that information, take what she has, and turn it into chapters in a book. Maybe this is what it's like for you. Maybe you're developing out a podcast, you have video content, you have something that you're putting out there. We can take the message and we can finesse it from the audible spoken word into something that works for the written word. But you can get out those good ideas by how you're composing them for a podcast, for your video content. So it can work really well. And I picked one particular podcast, and I'm even going to show you what I did with it that gives you a good idea of the foundations, the depth that you could start to build if you were turning your podcast or your video collection or your whatever into a book for your business. So let's take a look. Using episode 28, I listened to it and I was able to create this particular content that is 1,300 words. I fleshed it out as a blog. However, this could also easily become a chapter in a book. So this particular topic that she was discussing on episode 28 of her podcast really hones in right here on this key message that I have highlighted is how can you tell the difference between your intuition and fear? Taking that core message could easily become a chapter in a book. Can you start to see that? And so what I've done is all I did was I found this particular podcast episode and I could find other episodes in her podcast and weave them together into the structure or the outline, the chapter listing, if you will, of how the message would flow through her book. This is a power of the magic for somebody who has experience in the creative genius to be able to think through these ideas. So if you're interested in how this would work for you, get a book strategy. This is the first place to start because I'm going to look at your content. I'm going to look at your website, wherever it is that you have material that you're already publishing and creating content for. And for just $100, I'm going to make you a short video giving you ideas. So think about it. If this is your podcast or this is your YouTube channel, how could you start to organize your ideas of what you're going to be creating content about in the coming weeks? And know that maybe it's going to take you a little while, and that's okay. But over the next 5-6 weeks, you're going to make a series of podcasts. You're going to make a series of videos that it speaks to the same topic, but at different portions, different parts. Yes. So it's almost like those are becoming the chapters of your book. And so you're doing these podcast episodes and then you can flesh that out into content for a book. So you're repurposing great content. And especially if you're getting feedback from your video, from your podcast, from your listeners, from those who are engaging with you, now you have even more stuff that you could be necessarily answering questions on or honing in a little bit deeper on for your book. These are great ways to be able to take your content that you already have existing. I love to do this, is take existing content, repurpose it, and turn it into a book that effectively connects with people. I want you just to start getting the ideas, start getting the spark of an idea and start imagining what this could be like. And you don't even have to come up with all the ideas. You could reserve a book strategy. I will record you your own video where I'm looking at your website, I'm looking at the contents you have, and I'm giving you ideas for how you could turn that into a book.